Hello and welcome back everybody to the GG League Season 1. This is the quarterfinal between Morcerta, Hora Incerta and Goomba Gaming. Game number 2 is Goomba Gaming. They took game number 1 rather convincingly. Of course they had a level 1 Roshan to help them along the way. But this time around Morcerta, they probably... Actually they have the ability to go for it themselves being the dire side. But whatever the case may be, my name is Coucher and joining me for also game number 2 is Mito.
Yeah, so it's great to be in this game with you. Just want to quickly recap game number 1 right from the draft. It feels like Goomba, the strategy was very clear and direct. They're gonna be aggressive. They're gonna get ganks. From the lineup right away, I knew they could easily do level 1 Roshan. So it was definitely a pre-made lineup. They have practice. They know what it's capable of, and they executed well. Whereas Moserta, it feels like they're just drafting something they've seen on TV or like what some of the big teams have been doing, but they haven't really been practicing with it. It does feel very loose, you know. Their heroes during the laning phase are very capable of getting picked off. Their laning phase was just so weak, and they got punished, and they just couldn't come back from that early game, and everything just went downhill from there on out. But in game number 2, I hope they've got all the strats down. They're ready for whatever combo they want to bring to the table. With plus Trian, that's something that's ridiculously strong during the early game. Trian Protector pretty much can run down any hero, so I will be expecting to see a level 1 Trian running around with boots, and just have all the supporting items. Just let the Isle, the Wisp, buy the rest of it.
Oh man, it's just so scary. I mean, even without boots, just get the other extra movement speed and smack people down. Oh man, Morcerta definitely going for the more aggressive route at the moment. At least so far with the 2 first picks. And Goomba, well, they started the second ban phase with banning out the Tiny. Now, one thing to mention, of course, that we also have a Statman. Completely keep forgetting it because it happens so rarely, but it's Prophet. So thanks to him for doing stats for us. Giving us a chat trivia that we completely failed in game number 1.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
At least makes us think, makes the viewers think, interact. Oh wow, Ursa ban.
Well, more Certa, they still have plenty of options. If they want, they can even resort to... I mean, the obvious next go-to is probably Sven and Chaos Knight. And then, after that, you end up with heroes like Gyrocopter, or Rikimaru, or Morphling. I don't think it would be a Ricky, even though it wouldn't be so bad, you know? If you have the smoke screen down on heroes like Brewmaster and Mirana, it's extremely effective. But because they picked up the supporting duo so early, they need the cores to be able to compensate up against heroes like Mirana and Brewmaster. And, wow, with the Tidehunter, sure, it secures a team fight. That's something you always want to see. But it still makes the relocate relatively difficult with the heroes they have right now.
Oh yeah. Although I guess they have 2 picks still remaining. They can go for anything. Even a Gyrocopter could work together with the IO. Just pop the Ravage cooldown on top of that, and then just Flak and a Rocket Barrage to do its own job after that. I mean, I guess the possibilities, well, they aren't endless, but there's a multitude of them. And oh, more certain they go for a Bloodseeker. I don't mind the hero against Brewmaster because you have that silence, but I'm not too sure how to feel about it. I guess it's nice against Moonlight Shadows as well, because if they're low and trying to escape, you still will have vision of them.
Well, Bloodseeker. I would have been happier to see a Night Stalker, because that hero just feels innately a lot more tankier, and the silence is just as good, and you put on a lot more pressure during the nighttime than a Bloodseeker ever would. But sure, in the laning phase, I don't see how a Bloodseeker would be a Brewmaster though. Sure, you've got the first skill, you know, like you've got the silence. But oh yeah, the Blood Rage, that's what it's called. But Brewmaster has the evasion, has the thunderclap, can just zone you out. And if you're low HP, you won't be able to come back in for the last hits and gain wherever you need to gain. And now, for the first time in this series, we're gonna be able to see the Skywrath plus Faces Void combo. Oh man.
Instant death, especially for the IO, and actually Skywrath Mage overall, just having the Ancient Seal against IO already is pretty damn nice. Oh man, I really like this pickup. Just the Faces Void, Chronosphere into the Mystic Flare, that is one hero down already. So if you catch 2 heroes in the Chronosphere, the Faceless Void can just completely focus on another target, unless the target is something like a Tidehunter who is so damn tanky anyway. But they have
Yeah,
so
and
much
one of
damage, they have the arrow to follow up, and even if the Chrono ends, they have the Brewmaster ultimate for teamfight control after that.
yeah, as a matter of fact, the reason why I like Goomba's lineup right now a lot, not just because of the Skywrath, but because when a Faceless Void doesn't have to initiate, when you've got a hero like Brewmaster who can do the initiation, then Faceless Void it doesn't have as much pressure to be able to go in and get that big chrono right off the bat. He can sit and wait patiently until he sees the perfect opportunity from like for a 4-man or 5-man chronosphere. Then he can go in. And then the Skywrath can easily drop those arcane bolts as well as the mystic flare. And because in a lot of lineups, a lot of times when you look at it, it feels like the Brewmaster, I mean, sorry, the Faceless Void, it feels like he has to go in. And it's a make or break. If he gets a good chrono, you win. If he gets a bad chrono, you're screwed. But with Goomba right now, it's like, hey man, just chill, Faceless Void, just stay in the back, be patient. I got your back. So Brewmaster, you can just go in first. And I mean, it's interchangeable. Either way works. Whoever sees a better opportunity can go. But that does take a lot of pressure off the Faceless Void.
Yeah, it's always nice to have at least 2 initiators, like maybe Centaur plus a Sanking or something like that, but more certain they go for a Phantom Assassin as their last one. So, I mean, late game wise, yes, Phantom Assassin does a crap ton of damage. I mean, the nice thing about him is that if he just gets a few lucky crits, he actually doesn't need any damage items anyway, because the crit percentage is so ridiculously high. As well as the Bloodseeker, actually, only with a couple of items, getting a level 4 Blood Rage on yourself gives you 120% extra damage. So, I mean, just damage output wise, yes, more certain they have the potential to do a lot late game. But apart from the Tide and Treant, their heroes are so easy to pick up, especially since they are facing the Chronosphere.
Um, but if you get caught by the Chronosphere, right, doesn't it remove the evasion? And
Yeah, it does.
yeah, that's why I'm really uncertain about this Phantom Assassin pick.
Yeah, I
If you
mean,
tell me
this
it's gonna
Phantom
be a
Assassin is probably going to
Morphling,
get wrecked every stage of the game.
yeah, I would much rather see a hero like Alchemist or maybe the Morphling. Sure, there's a Skywrath Mage with the Silence, but at least if you ever get chronoed up, you can always morph your HP at will, unless the Skywrath Mage is there, of course. Oh man, what a, if you pick? Do you think it's gonna be a mid solo Bloodseeker or is it gonna be a Phantom Assassin mid solo? Since PA mid has been the go-to as of late, don't you feel?
Well, it can be either one, and they can even run it as a dual lane of sorts. Like IO plus Phantom Assassin, I think would be a little bit better, since the Phantom Assassin can blink strike on the enemy target and get a tether slow from there. And I'm not even too sure which I would favor. I think Bloodseeker would be a little bit better off with that faster level 6 though.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Manta Style doesn't remove Blood Rage anymore, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Yeah, so no matter what, I was gonna say Manta Style would have been great for heroes like Mirana in this game, and Faceless Void as an extension later on. But if it doesn't remove the Blood Rage, that's always gonna be a problem. If the Blood Rage, if Bloodseeker gets a Blood Rage on any of the heroes on Goomba, that hero is most likely gonna be going down. Oh man, can you imagine
Against
this
3 strength
Chronosphere
heroes.
Chakram?
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, like you said, against a lot of 3 strength heroes. I mean, what more can you say? This Timbersaw is gonna chew them out like paper.
Yeah, at the moment it's like Bloodseeker. If he silences up Brewmaster, yes, sure, there might not be a primal split immediately, but then again, Timbersaw will just roam through the teamfight easily. And if he silences up the Timbersaw, then the Brewmaster will be a pain in the ass. So, Goombas, I think this last pick was kind of brilliant by them.
Definitely was. And Timbersaw has really fallen off because these days, offlaners generally you want them to offer lockdown as well as burst. And Timbersaw is very lacking in the lockdown department. That's why you see a lot more heroes like Tidehunter, you see Clockwork, you see Centaur, you see Doom, but it's always good to see Timbersaw once again because he does offer a shit ton of pure damage or just burst in general.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the reasons why they actually went for that hero is because there are no stuns to actually stop him from timber chaining away if shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
But just to go over the lineups fast, for Goomba Gaming, up on the Radiant side, Chill will be playing the safe lane Timbersaw, with mid lane taken up by Exist on the Brewmaster and the aggressive tri lane consisting of Nier on the Mirana, Dumbass on the Faceless Void, and Fire on the Skywrath.
You just have to laugh, and then you probably
Yeah.
have a smirk on your face every time you say dumbass.
Indeed.
But for more Serta, we're gonna have Akira, the stand-in, playing as the offlane Tidehunter. And mid, it does seem like it's gonna be the mid solo Phantom Assassin that's become really popular as of late, played by Xin. At top, we have A Moment Forever and Sai playing as the dual support, and finally we have the Bloodseeker, who's gonna be in the carry role, played by Hai Yuta.
But do you think that they wanted to go for other lanes to begin with, or how do they want to lane this? Because Yuta is actually has 2 tangos shared to him as well. So are they planning on leaving him alone and just completely roaming around with the IO Treant?
Possibly, or I have no idea. It might be a dual lane, it might be... Well, it can't be a jungle treant because he doesn't have a Quelling Blade and Stout Shield. Wow, tri-lane mid. New meta.
Yes, sentry ward, 3 protectors right. Oh, the arrow! But oh, the sentry division was there for long enough, although the ward itself actually died. Another sentry comes out, and can they get the observer ward? Are you kidding me? Is there another sentry? Nope. The dire side doesn't
Man.
have, but the Lychee is there on fire. He's on the run, but he's so damn speedy. 325 base movement speed. Man, arrow will not connect, unfortunately, for Goomba. As observer ward, they're missing uphill. They're not doing a lot of damage to begin with. Man, this... it was so comical.
Oh man, and bot lane, right off the bat, in the beginning I think Akira is going to be fine, but as soon as Chill, exactly, we see him pick up the magic stick. Once he has the magic stick, right, I feel like Akira is going to start struggling a lot in this lane. In mid, this is just ridiculous, tri-lane versus tri-lane mid. I've never seen this in my entire life, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional by either team. But
Just the way things panned out.
yeah. I mean, the observer ward actually got denied in the end. Exist is taking a lot of harassment from Xin now. I actually thought that they might try to go for it at some point, but since he didn't go for Blink Strike, went for straight up Blur instead. Couldn't go for the top lane. Oh, the Time Walk is there to slow Bloodseeker down. He slowed even more by the concussion shot. The Time Locks come out. The arrow connected as well from before already, and that's the first blood going for Dumbass.
Oh man, that was beautifully executed. An extremely long range prediction arrow. Like, basically Dumbass was forcing the Bloodseeker to run back in a straight line, and then that long range arrow prediction from Nier was spot on, and that ensured the first blood. So really well played by Goomba. A funny thought just came to my mind though. If you think about it, if the Bloodseeker ever gets a Timbersaw silenced up when the check comes out, oh man, you're just gonna see the Timbersaw's mana leak so freaking fast.
Oh, Yuta is gonna take another fall, nowhere to run. He has Tangles, has the Quelling Blade as well. The Arcane Bolts are following Time Walk. Another right click by Nier does get the kill, but actually that would be funny to see indeed, just completely getting out of mana. Although Exist taking mid lane, a lot of harassment, slowed down by Stifling Dagger as well. Sin still no points into Blink Strike and Exist. Will take some harassment, but he has a full bottle at his disposal.
Yeah, so he's just gonna heal up without any problems. And Treant Protector, by A Moment Forever, is gonna rotate top to help out with the Bloodseeker. At this stage, I would say Bloodseeker might as well just pull the creep wave, get to say another level or 2, and then just go into the jungle, because this lane is way too hard for him to survive. The amount of bursts is just ridiculous. What I'm really afraid of for more Serta right now though is I don't see any hero that's capable of getting more silence. So you look at Goomba, sure, every hero is really good if you can silence them up, but there's only one Bloodseeker, and there's no one capable of getting Orchid from more Serta, or no one suited to get items like Orchid. So you can only silence up one, then how are you going to deal with the rest?
Oh, that is the question that they have to ask for themselves. I guess just some crits from the Phantom Assassin are gonna have to do it with a huge Ravage coming in from the Tidehunter. But actually, I thought that Chill, he's gonna go for just the Whirling Death build. But he's just going for the sustain on lane. But the slow onto Akira, they don't have any targets for the Timber Chain. He has 1 point into Whirling Death as well. Will it be enough? Can he actually get in range? Doesn't look like it. At least Tidehunter probably gonna have to back all the way home. So Chill will get the level advantage. We'll actually have free time to farm up his Arcane Boots now as well. But do you approve of his skill build?
He is up against a melee Tide Hunter. But they just this build that he's going for just gives him more mobility. So if he does want to gank the off lanes, he can do that and pack a punch. Whereas if you do go for the 3-0-2 build, just maxing out the rolling death, you will dominate this lane. But there's not much opportunities for you to rotate without the Timber Chain.
I actually don't mind it that much as well. He's like just going for the safe farm, so to say, having 2 points interactive armor, getting there. Oh man! I completely missed it, but Exist killed Io. I'm not too sure if Mirana actually had a part to play in that. I know the arrow is on cooldown. It must have landed, because otherwise I don't think Exist could have gotten the kill.
Wow. So another kill on the board for Goomba. This is actually what they need, essentially, to say. Because if you look at Goomba, their lineup sucks at pushing towers, literally. So if they can't get ahead, then Treant, you know what he's gonna do, just constantly healing up the towers, keeping the game at a stalemate, and when the game just keeps going on and on, then you're up against a fat Phantom Assassin as well as a fat Bloodseeker in the late game, and potentially a refresher on a Tide Hunter. That's pretty daunting to deal with if the game goes late.
Oh yeah, I have to agree, but Goomba, so far, actually the 3 top farmers in the game are on their side anyway, plus they have 3 kills, whereas more certain they have none. And Exist, he's doing extremely well against the dual lane mid. He's already level 7, has enough for the arcane boots, unless he wants to go for straight up. Oh, but the arrow to fly catches the eye as well. Too bad the Thunderclap is on cooldown. But he actually pops the Primal Spit, Living Armor Ace there and Sai. Will he actually take a fall? Storm Panda uses his Wind Wall, throws up the Io in the air, just to stop the Tether from getting him any farther. Boulder toss, but he's bottling up. Actually might be able to survive the right clicks. Now they will be enough, and here now, he's the one on the run. Gets the leap away. Sin Blink Strike. Stifling Dagger. Actually, it's a good exchange, I think, for more Certa, because Primal Split on cooldown plus a 1-for-1 exchange. And now they might get Exist as well, Leech it to slow him down. Akira comes in with the guys, with the minus armor and the extra slow. Hacker Smash. And well, more Certa, suddenly they're not looking as bad anymore.
Yeah, man, those are 2 big kills. Like, I was surprised. I thought the Brewmaster like would have gotten the kill and gotten out, but then, wow, just good rotations in from the offlane Tide Hunter. Just good plays overall at mid, and this puts them on the board. Still behind, but at least it's 4-2 as opposed to 3-0.
Oh yeah, and actually Akira, his solo woman already spent the Ravage as well. The last Timber Chain gets the kill before the Living Armor does enough. Although Chill now, he might be running into his death. Sin, he's coming in on the Phantom Assassin. Chill, he has a lot of mana, but nope. Salve cancelled, and now he's trying to go away. He's trying to cut down the trees to get over the river. It was a really smart idea by him, but unfortunately the damage was enough.
Yeah, so sick damage output from the Phantom Assassin at this extremely early stage. And the build for Phantom Assassin actually has switched up a little bit more as of late. In the old days, you used to see 1 level into Blur, and then you see people maxing Stifling Dagger as well as Phantom Strike, but as of late, you see most professional teams, they go 4-1-4. Of course, you get coup de grace anytime you can, but it seems like maxing Phantom Strike isn't as important anymore as opposed to getting that Blur. Because eventually, if you max Blur later on, most likely teams are just going to get MKB. So it's generally fairly useless later on in the game, but early game 50% evasion is good.
There's a Chronosphere. Dumbass is going for a moment. The Chakram comes through as well. And now Dames is slowed down, but he has another time walk, so he should be safe. And Exist. He has the Primal Split, he has the Regeneration Room, but never mind, nothing gonna happen.
Yeah, so, wow, Goomba, with every passing minute, it just feels like they're getting more and more ahead. Which is kind of interesting, because the more Certa that we've seen last time, they like to play those extremely, extremely dominant laning heroes. So it's a huge switch up, because if you look at it this way, it feels like today both games, I don't know if you want to call it like just them switching things up, or maybe was a bit of a outdraft, or I don't know how else we would put it, but the laning stage has been always the problem to their lineup.
Oh, chill. He's going man mode against Akira. Another Timber Chain. There's the Skyrock Mage coming in with the slows. Actually, a nice Kraken Shield by Akira. Not that it's his doing or anything, but in the end, there is a kill. And now, with that kill actually fire, he's almost level 6 on the Skywrath. And, well, coming back to what you were trying to point out is that more Certa, they've definitely changed up their play style, so to say, or drafting style. I don't know even which way to put it more. But doesn't look like they're as comfortable with this kind of lineup.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like the more Certa we've seen last time. Last time they were extremely dominant. They were confident going into the game. They flex their muscles right from the get-go. Right now, it feels like, man, they are just scrambling to find room for their heroes to farm. They're making rotations everywhere, and look at this Bloodseeker, just TPing in bottom.
Oh, but the arrow into Akira at the chakram to follow up as well. Oh, that was so bad for them.
Man, wow, that's one of the worst things that can possibly happen for more Certa right now. Because Timbersaw, like in my opinion, Timbersaw and Templar Assassin are two of the... Oh, mid, CY. Oh, is he gonna be able to live through this?
Oh, the tether 8 HP.
Oh, that is one sick tether. And good heals from the Treant Protector. But back to the point, I just want to bring out, like, I feel like Timbersaw and Templar Assassin are two of some of the highest bursting heroes, like, not including the ultimates. Which means they can continuously rotate around. They don't have to, I don't know what's the word for it, but they can just continue putting out the pressure and the burst.
Yeah,
it's
they
like
just
not...
have the sustain to do so without like having to wait for big ultimates, don't have any...
Yeah, I think these two have some of the highest in that regards. And when you get a Timbersaw get off to this kind of a start, it's gonna be really scary.
Oh man, I totally want to see the Chrono with a Chakram and a Mystic Flare on the same spot on a target. Just
You can say goodbye wherever
poof,
you are.
Poof. Although dumbass, he's getting silenced up. There's the Rupture as well. Should be an easy. He's going for the TP auto. Do they have the Wargrove? No, they don't, dumbass. He actually makes it out back to base. I was so sure he's gonna die.
To base. Oh man, that name. It's just so memorable. And down at bottom, Tidehunter wants to Ravage.
Oh, not a single hero hit. Not a single one, but near Leap already on cooldown. The Phantom Strike, the crits.
Oh, them crits, RNG was on his
so
side.
stupid that you can crit for like 500 damage with only having a Face Boots and the one Mirfil Hammer.
Was it that much? I thought I saw 300 something.
Okay, I think that makes more sense because level 1 coup de grace is 250%, but still it's...
Oh, top. Hayuta gets caught by the Chronosphere. Oh, there we go. That's a huge ass Mystic Flare.
Yeah.
And it rips. It just blew Bloodseeker.
Oh, wow. Although, actually, Bloodseeker survived for long enough as it is, I think there. Actually survived the entirety of the Mystic Flare. But
oh,
now exists. Is he gonna get caught? Well, he has his ultimate ready. He has a Blink Dagger as well. Almost has his Arcane Boots. 150 gold away from that only. And looking at the graphs. Oh man, 4,000 gold lead for Goomba. 5k and climbing XP for them as well. And
I want to see some blade mills.
Well, I guess Chill could go for one, but I think Bloodstone is on the agenda for him.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about more Certa.
Oh,
we have a relocate down at bottom. They're going for Chill. And a quick, easy kill. Once again.
He's gonna go man mode. He has the Prime Split, uses it as well. He's going for Akira, the Boulder to assist there. They're gonna get the kill on the Tidal. Pretty damn tanky with the Kraken Shell being level 3. Anchor Smash. Nier comes in, thrown up in the air. Will the arrow follow up? Actually, the timing was completely off. But in the end, it doesn't make much of a difference. So, a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I feel like the Panda Micro could have been better there. Like, he Cyclone while he used the Shadow Strike. I mean, Shadow Walk attack animation. But nonetheless, they do secure the kill. And wow, that's a pretty good substantial stack for Xin to take. But this is gonna take a while since he doesn't have anything like Battle Fury. And the IO is completely out of mana as well as just having very low HP.
Oh man, at least Sin is getting some farm. I think it was a triple stack here, or maybe it wasn't even a quad stack that they're farming up together with Sai. And actually,
Oh,
Phantom Assassin, he went for a Maelstrom, and that's an item you don't see all that often on the hero. Is it just specific to this game, or what do you think the idea behind it was?
holy crap, that's crazy. Well, the idea probably is he gets good enough crits, and IO just increases attack speed. So perhaps that's a justification for going for Maelstrom. And whoever gets chronoed up can put the Mjolnir effect onto the hero. I don't know. I personally wouldn't ever go for Maelstrom on Phantom Assassin.
I
If you're
guess
gonna go for
it's
Maelstrom,
like
I'd rather go for Battle Fury.
it's just a little bit cheaper to get, and he probably was struggling. Although network-wise, he's actually third in the game, almost second, just tying it up together with the Brewmaster. So it's not like his farm is bad or anything. He's 5-0 actually. Wow. He's gotten all the kills of his team. And dumbass, will he find the two heroes? Has the Chronosphere? It's level 2. Skyrim Mage is close by, and he actually goes in. And there's the Mystic Flare. A moment forever. Bye bye, Treant.
Well, that's good for more Serta actually.
Oh, they might get
there
the
we
kill
go,
on
there
Dumbass.
we go.
Rupture. No TP this time around.
High value kill for more Serta, and that's why I say it's good because it's a Treant Protector for Faceless Void. A good bait from Treant Protector, but at the same time, Goomba, they know, hey, we can't make anything happen at top, so they're gonna apply pressure at mid, and that's just smart play from Goomba.
Oh yeah. Oh, Moonlight Shadow. Come on, guys. Can they actually find anything? Chill. Having a Blink Dagger now, so didn't go for a Bloodstone after all. As exists, more than halfway through his own Aghanim Scepter. Void, also like 300 gold away from his own. Or never mind,
Oh.
1.3k gold that is. And oh, a moment. Oh, the value point into Nature's guys. I just love that. And Akira, he has the Ravage. Exist, he comes in. Primal Split is there, but there's the Ravage as well. Only actually connects on one hero, I think. And now a moment forever. Somehow still alive. The Overgrowth comes out, keeping everybody in place. And here, he's actually forced to leap out. Maybe, no, thrown up in the air. Akira now, Damas comes in, but he gets silent. But look at the extra damage now. 120% extra damage on the Faceless Void. He's gonna go crazy with this Time Walks. Actually slow down a Sin. Oh, blows up the Skyrim Mage. Exist is there with a nice Thunderclap onto 3, but now they're totally on the back foot. They didn't get a single kill, and Damas, he's gonna go down again.
Oh wow, man. I'm actually starting to like this Maelstrom build a lot. It's doing work for them because holy crap, that Skyrim Mage literally just disappeared in under 2 seconds. Like, actually under a second. But it was just... It was great that Mosota was able to hold out for, like, the 10-second duration, like, when the relocate was happening also. Well, actually 12-second, but it was good. They held out, so by the time Phantom Assassin came back 4 HP, they were able to make the comeback.
Oh, but now Chill going in onto Akira's dropping low, but Sai is there to heal him up. The Mystic Flare though will be enough to get the kill. Arrow will be off target, but Timber Chain comes through. Chill, he wants to go for the chase. Thunderclap onto Sai as well. He's gonna go down for sure, so... I mean, more Serta. They got the nice exchange before, but went a little bit too greedy trying to go for the tower.
Oh man, yeah, going for tower, I don't think that... Oh, at mid, looks like this time Dumbass is seeking revenge on Zin. Is he gonna be able to do this?
Nope.
Oh man, so close, yet so far. And indeed, Phantom Assassin, he goes for the current build I've been talking about, maxing out that blur, and I think that really helped him with the last few hits after the chrono was over to survive.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
sure,
he
there was a
actually
tree
dodged
and living
that one,
armor as well.
although I'm not sure it might have been just the living armor, because actually Dumbass, if he doesn't get the time lock, he only does 116 damage, and 80 of that gets blocked by the living armor.
Yeah, so he wasn't gonna die anyhow. But, wow, this Phantom Assassin build is opening my eyes a little bit. I mean, sure, like, in pub games you do see Maelstrom, but you don't expect the quarterfinals of a tournament to have a Maelstrom Phantom Assassin, but it's been doing work, honestly. Like, in the past couple of team fights, I felt like this cost-efficient item has done wonders for the PA.
Yeah, it sure feels like it at the moment, and he's still yet to die. 7-0-2. On one point, yes, it's really good because he has a lot of gold from the kills, but then again, he's on a killing spree himself. So, if he actually falls down at some point in time, like to the Chronosphere and now mid lane, Just caught the bare tail end of that another Chronosphere, but now Sin, he's going on to fire, gets the right click, slow down, but never mind, Gush comes in from the Tidehunter to finish up the kill. So a support for support, but Dumbass, since he has a 60-second Chronosphere, the PEA has to be extremely careful not to get caught.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
arrow, it connects on Sin as well. Will they follow up? Exist? Are you gonna go in? Never mind. Not gonna be as ballsy. They don't want to throw it.
yeah, no, they definitely don't want. The only worry I have for the Phantom Assassin is that Chronosphere, really. It's on a 60-second cooldown, so highly spammable. Anytime Dumbass feels like it, he can go in. But without the Chronosphere, it feels like this Phantom Assassin, there's no stopping him. And Bloodseeker, happy enough, he heard my calls, and I think this might just be a blade mail, already with the chainmail on him, as well as the robe of Magi in his stash. This makes me very, very happy.
Yeah, and actually, they're not looking as bad at all. Looking at the graphs again, well, okay, the graphs, almost 10,000 gold lead for Goomba, although the XP only 3,000. So, I mean, more sort of late game wise, the Phantom Assassin already actually doing a lot of damage just with having the level 2 coup de grace, extra attack speed from the overcharge, having the Maelstrom, and a BKB now. So actually with the BKB activated, there's probably nothing that can actually kill him. Even if he gets caught in the chrono, if he has his BKB activated, the physical damage from the Void at the moment wouldn't be enough, I think.
Oh, that's always a plus. But if he doesn't have the BKB, then
Oh yeah.
it's still one tough fight. I don't think Phantom Assassin can live through, even say if the IO is healing him with the Treant. I just don't see him living through any of the burst.
Well, at least Akira has a mech now on the Tidehunter as well, so that will help alleviate their pressure a little bit maybe in the team fights. But Dumbass just keeps on farming up, using that Hand of Midas, even has a Mask of Madness now, just to get those extra time lock procs when he's in the Chronosphere or just bashing at somebody.
Oh yeah. So this phase's Void is looking to be pretty farmed.
Oh, they might find
But-
Utah though. The Thunderclap is there, he's silenced up as well with the Mystic Fair. He had the Blade Mail. It actually did a pretty nice amount of damage in return to fire there. But still, he went down.
Man, if I were the Bloodseeker, I don't know what I would get. It's like, man, you want to get BKB, right? But if you get BKB, it feels like your Blade Mail is not as useful. Bottom though, oh, that instant leap from near, just gonna ensure his survival. But this is gonna be an easy tier 1 tower.
Oh, chill. He actually TP'd himself or blinked himself into some trouble moment. Will dodge the arrow and relocate back out. But actually, there was a chat trivia that Faceless Void and Skyrock Mage have been picked up 9 times in competitive Dota. I guess it was like them together on the same lineup, I think. So,
Oh, okay.
what was their win rate? I'm guessing 60%.
I would go higher. I would say probably 70, 75.
Okay, out of 9
Okay.
games, so you say it's like 7-2?
Yeah.
6-3?
Why not?
Oh,
17 sounds
Chronosphere onto Sin, Phantom Assassin. Will this be his death? Yes, it will. The right clicks are enough.
Oh, and that was a wicked streak end as well. 942 gold for Dumbass. So Dumbass isn't really a dumbass. He is pretty damn rich.
Oh,
Another 3K.
man.
What? Really?
We got red.
It's only 33%? I don't know though, but it feels like every time I see it, that combo ends up winning.
So
Surprising
you've
enough.
seen it 3 times?
Oh yeah, probably.
It definitely is a strong combination. At the moment, it might go a little bit higher, the percentage, at least by the game so far. Just the net worth of the Faceless Void is 4k ahead of the Phantom Assassin, and although the PA has been farming up pretty nicely, to be honest, still you just can't compare it to a Hand of Midas Void, who's also getting the towers down.
Man, this is pretty odd though. Like Timbersaw's build, I understand the justification though. You want the plate mail to be able to tank up against the Phantom Assassin's right clicks, but what has the Blink Dagger really been doing for him? Sure, like Tidehunter has been trying to juke his Timber Chain and whatnot, but It feels like right now Timbersaw just doesn't have the mana to sustain in team fights, as well as just very lacking in HP. So he's getting bursted fairly quickly in team fights. So I would still like to see a bit more HP next for on the Timbersaw. And the thing is, Bloodstone, you want it as early as possible because, well, it's just that much easier to get charges when you're ahead. And if you're ahead, then it just makes keeping the lead that much easier. Just having the sustainable, never having to go back to the base, essentially giving your opponents no room to breathe, just suffocating them.
Well, I guess if he finishes up the Shivas, he will have it a little bit better off. The arrow will fly out a bit too late there. But I understand where they're coming from. Timbersaw is just so mana intensive. He can spam out his spell so damn fast. 8-second cooldown on Whirling Death, only 4 seconds on Timber Chain, as well as just the Chakram taking up a ton of mana while you're just channeling it already. So I think it might have been a mistake, but maybe the Blink Dagger is just to ensure that he can follow up into the Chrono if the Faceless Void just time walks in.
Wow, but look at it, Mirana's gem is flying in. Sorry, I didn't quite hear your question just now. Adjusting audio settings. But with this gem, man, last game we waited for the gem forever. This time it's coming out at 25-minute mark on the support Mirana. And this Trian is gonna have problems just walking in and trying to put down the overgrowth. So it feels like winter has really come for more Surta.
Well, at least they know that Exist is in messed up because I actually ran over a sentry ward here.
Ah, okay. And now Zin is running for his life. Doesn't want to get caught by that Panda and Brewmaster.
Oh wow, this game is just extremely hard. Goldcraft, 13,000 now, XP, still around 8,000 or so, not climbing as much, but of course we haven't seen too many kills recently either. We just see Faceless Void continues to farm up, has a Talisman of Evasion, going for a Butterfly now, actually only 500 gold away from it.
Well, Butterfly is good. You get the evasion up against Phantom Assassin. But if you want to go for pure damage, right now, probably Meonia is still by far the best choice. Because it's the second highest increased attack speed item in the game after Massive Madness. Adding in 80 points of attack speed. And Faceless Void benefits extremely well from having additional attack speed because of the time lock. But Butterfly is always good. That way you're not completely reliant on the Chronosphere to get away with everything. And it provides decent amount of damage.
Yeah, just getting the attack speed as well, so if the enemy isn't PKB'd up, that's a potential of just complete bash lock when you have the Mask of Madness activated. But oh, Roche, it's being done by more Surta. Will they actually be successful? They smoked into it. So I don't think Goomba actually knows this is going on, but if they do, if they get the Chronosphere there, it might be huge.
Oh, Exist! He sees it! Oh,
but
that's
they get
silence!
silenced up, there's the Rupture as well. Will they pop the Ravage? Yes, they will. Exist already down. And now without this, can they actually take the fight? They get the gem as well, buyback from the Brewmaster Roche. Down to quarter of an HP. Where is Dumbass? He's gonna come in. Time Walk. Chronosphere will catch 3 heroes, but Wispy's out of it. Going for the relocate. Utah does take a fall with the Mystic Fair side. Actually couldn't get anything done. Did he cop an arrow in the face? I don't know what it was, but 2 heroes down. Going for Sin next. Can he get Roche? And can he get the Aegis? Yes, he can. Oh man, actually Sin, he got the Aegis. The Roche kill went to the Radiant side, but now a moment silenced up just as he came in, used the overgrowth, and Sin somehow still alive, finally will take a fall. Actually, never mind. He got the Phantom Strike out. Now he goes down side, falls on Yayo as well, dumbass. Gets
Moment
that
forever? Why isn't he standing closer?
Oh.
Whoa, whoa!
Well, I guess
man.
that's the death of the Phantom. And they get the gem back as well.
Oh man. Sure, there was a Faceless Void next to the tram, but if he stood closer, he might have ensured the Phantom Assassin's life. Maybe. A very, very, very thin maybe. But, I don't know. That was so costly. And now Goomba, Gold Graph, XP Graph, wow. It's just skyrocketing through the roof. And this is going to be a tier 2 push, and I don't think it's going to stop there. I also felt the Tidehunter shouldn't have blown the Ravage for the Brewmaster. That was a guaranteed kill. There was absolutely nothing stopping them from killing Exist. The Blood Rage alone, the silence was more than enough.
Yeah, and funny enough, after that Ravage, there was nothing to stop Goomba. So I kind of agree that maybe it was a little bit premature there. Maybe he was expecting the rest of Goomba to follow up shortly as well there.
Oh man.
Oh, this game just got infinitely harder now with the rows going in the favor of Goomba. Plus, of course, you team wiping. And
Yeah.
What?
And look at how Phantom Assassin has been doing. We saw her on a 7-0 kill streak, and after that was stopped, ever since then she's only been 1 for 1, and the gold she's accumulating is extremely slow. We've seen that BKB at the 20-minute mark. Now it's 10 minutes past. Doesn't have anything else. Sure, there's still another 2.7k gold, but what can you get to help you win the game? And so far, I don't think any item is enough to keep him.
Rapier.
If you get Rapier, that's great, but up against Faces Void, he chronos you, and then what are you gonna do? Get killed, drop the Rapier? Sure, if you don't get killed by that. And if you don't get your BKB procs fast enough, then if Brewmaster is capable of cycloning you and keeping you out of the fight, his team just can't, more so than right now, they can't fight without a PA. But with everything banking on the PA, Goomba knows. We just killed the PA and we pretty much won the fight. Because Bloodseeker hasn't been doing anything.
It's just, he needs to get Rapier, then needs to get Blood Raged up by the Bloodseeker for extra damage. And then just get 5 crits in a row and 1 crit to kill every member.
Oh man, you wish. So we have to do, it's like go into a jungle, right? Attack creeps maybe, unless to the point where you don't get any procs in like say 4 or 5 hits.
Oh, Midland the Chronosphere, he actually got the Phantom Strike out of it. Oh man, actually the relocate. Ayo, he relocated himself. And he's gonna come back to his death. There's no way about it, although Nier, can he get an arrow from the side? Will it actually land on the Ayo just to see? Oh, that arrow, man.
That arrow was perfect.
Although Nier...
But so was the crits from Zin. And it seems like he's gonna be going for MKB to deal with evasion from Faces Void. Man, this Void is so stacked. Has another 3.8k on him.
MKB?
I wonder what he's gonna go for next. MKB would be like the obvious counter towards Phantom Assassin, but does he really need it when he has Chronosphere every 60 seconds? And his main focus will be that Phantom Assassin to begin with, right? I don't know. Right now, at this point, I think anything Dumbass goes for, it's gonna be great. Doesn't really matter what it's gonna be. He's gonna be able to nail everyone. I think Abyssal is pretty sick as well, as a matter of fact. But too bad he can't go for it because it doesn't stack.
Oh, well, you can still use the stun from it.
Yeah, just for that one stun, right? Like,
yeah, man,
that goes
why
through
not?
BKB.
If you have the gold for it. But...
If you have the gold for it, Daedalus is good. There are plenty of other options. I don't know, man. I feel like I just forced myself into the corner by saying Abyssal. Sounding like a retard. I'm expecting to get flamed in 2 minutes when the stream catches up.
Well,
I was like, what the fuck? Did you just say Abyssal on Faces Void?
well... To be honest, at the moment, I completely lost my thought. Oh yeah,
Don't
I
worry,
wanted to say that I haven't been feeling the Bloodseeker at all. His presence in this game, he hasn't done anything, nor has the IO been effective too much. We haven't seen any crazy relocate ganks or anything happening. At this point, they could just relocate for the top lane, get the tier 1 tower there, or only 130 HP for example, just get it down.
Well, I actually know why the Bloodseeker hasn't been effect, but it's actually a really dirty joke, so if anyone wants to know what I'm thinking, you can always PM me privately after the game. I'll definitely let Kausha know what I'm thinking, but on a serious note, Bloodseeker, he got shut down during the early game, like at top hills up against the tri-lane, and there was no way he was going to win that lane to begin with. And Bloodseeker, as soon as he starts making the rotations, it's already too late. Everyone was fat on Goomba. Who are you going to kill? Literally no one. And if you look at the supporting cast, the IO plus the Treant, and yeah, Bloodseeker, so the only lockdown, the only stun they have is the Tidehunter ultimate and the Overgrowth. But before that, right, like, so if anyone runs into the Bloodseeker combo, can just easily TP out. what are you gonna do when they TP? And it just makes it that much harder when you can't stop TP scrolls.
Yeah, that's... Oh, but Chill, he actually went in, the relocate comes out. So they get one hero back to safety. But now, oh, the Chronosphere actually catches to Yuta. He's probably gonna take a fall damage going in with Rex. He gets one, going for a Kira next. He will get the Ravage off, but he's already so damn low. And now, actually, Sin, can he get a few nice crits? Dumbass. He actually time walks up and now gets a moment and going for the Sin next. BKB actually ruptured there as well on Faces Void. But he's just tanking up the tower. Has, of course, the Butterfly for the evasion anyway. Some life steal from the Mask of Madness. And a 2 for 0 shield. He goes back in. The Prime Split still activated. Yuta arrow in the back. And he will take a fall in the end. Sai, not enough heal to keep him alive. And Sin, after his BKB wore off, he was just in the air by the Cyclone.
Wow, like these arrows have been... We've seen some really sick arrows in this game, I have to admit. Like the one where Io was relocating back to mid. And that arrow just now connecting onto Sin. I think at this stage of the game, I'm just waiting for the inevitable once again. I don't think this game can go any other way.
Oh, dumbass. He wants to go in. Another Chronosphere. Once again, he activates the Manta Style for extra damage and Zin. 2 heroes down. Going for a moment now as well. Will he get it before anything? Yes, he will.
And there we have it. That's a GG call. So, super strong performance from Goomba. But to be honest, I'm quite disappointed with the Morsota's draft compared to last time. Because last time when they played, I was in love with their drafting style and their general execution of it. But this time it feels like both times they just lost the laning stage and just couldn't come back from it.
Oh man. Chill wanted to man fight Akira there. Timbersaw versus Tidehunter. He wrote in all chat, no spells, just right click. But yeah, I have to agree, the draft, as well as their... I don't know, familiarity with their draft or playstyle, it just wasn't spot on, didn't really have an impact. And of course, it reflected in the result of the game as well. But Goomba, just really solid performance overall across 2 games. Especially in game number 2, they just weren't struggling at all at any point in this game, I think.
Yeah, the only time where I felt like Morsota had a chance was when the Chrono was expended on a Treant Protector. But other than that, Goomba nailed it.
Yeah, but I guess this draws the conclusion of our best of 3, our only game for today. And now it means Goomba Gaming will face Osleeki Gaming in the semifinals, played at an unknown date. I think it's going to be the 3rd of July probably. So still lots of GG League to look forward to. Like for tomorrow, it is Power Rangers versus Ursa's Troy Tram and one other game that I can't recall off the top of my head. So tomorrow, once again, at 17 CEST, you can see some more of us. And of course, if you liked us, be sure to follow us on this channel, as well as Heflatv 1 and Heflamok, all the English channels on Twitch. And of course, all our social media is just Heflatv. So check those out. And of course, huge thanks to Mito for casting with me.
Yeah, it's always great. And I'm just checking the chat. Did I get flamed? And it doesn't seem like it. So, hurrah. Thank you, chat, for being so nice.
Yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be just a few songs as we finish up the stream and probably go watch the Argentinian World Cup game.
Oh, that's right. Let's
That is
get
right.
into it.
Okay guys, see ya, have a good evening.